Write an add function that adds two numbers together or concat two strings together. Note both parameters of the function should be of the same type. So that means the add function can get two number inputs or two string inputs. It cannot get a number and a string or anything else. Let's write this function in Typescript. Function add a and b and return a plus b. Okay, so let's call this function with the correct parameters. So this should be correct. And let's do hello and world. This should also be correct, but we should use TypeScript to deny anything else like one hello. This should be wrong, and this should also be wrong. And we shouldn't be able to pass anything else other than strings and numbers. So this should also be wrong. So we have to type our function in order to restrict the use to be only like this. Okay, so A can be a string or number, and B depends on A's type. So we have to use a generic for that. So let's make A the generic type T. And we know that T can only be a number or a string. So T can only be a number or string, and B's type will depend on T. We'll give B a type of add type, and that type needs the generic type. So let's define the type, add type, and so type add type T. So if T is a number, then add type is also a number. So number. If it's not a number, let's check if it's a string. T extends string. If T extends string, if T is a string, then add type is also a string. Add type cannot be anything else, so never. So that's our conditional type. We check if the T's type is number. If it is, we'll give add type the number type. And if it's a string, if T extends a string or if T is a string, then we give add type a string type. Anything else is impossible. Okay. Now, as you can see bottom here, we are already getting the argument, the errors that we like to have. Argument of type string is not assignable to parameter of type number. Here we get the same thing, but for number, and objects are not string or number. Okay, perfect. So here it says we cannot add types T and add type T together because TypeScript doesn't know it is a number or a string. So we have to give set type of A equals to number and type of B equals to number. If this is the case, just add them together. And we have to do the same thing to string. So string. This is string, and here also string. Okay, we have forgotten to add a return type to this function. So the return type to this function should be also add type T. Okay, what does this say now? Function lacks an ending return statement. Okay, we know that we shouldn't return anything if neither one of these is true. So let's throw a error. Throw new error. Parameters have to be the same type, string or number. Okay, now, yeah, so number is not assignable type at type T, so we have to cast this as a type T and as add type T. Okay, good. We have everything we need. Look at the errors. And this is the answer to the question. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something and hit the subscribe button for more. Thank you very much.